Today I will give lecture on 20th century, that is modern age. After finishing 19th century, today we will enter into 20th century. Now we have discussed from every angle from 14th century to 19th century. A short history of English literature for BA Part 1 student, English honors, you have to read. I have mentioned the name of writer Kazamia, Liggis and Blameers. You must purchase and read it more. Then you will understand the history of English literature. Question may come always that in which ages which writer came. You have to write when you have clear conception of history of English literature. So, as English honors student, today I will give lecture and I will focus you on 20th century, that is modern age. Now you can ask a question, sir, please elaborate about modern age, 20th century. Now at first before going in 20th century, English language is in humanities science. Why it is? Why it is not social sciences? It is only in humanity sciences because language always teaches humanity, related with human nature. And English language is a science in this sense that English language is a predicted science, guiding science, remedial science. This is English language. Now, modern age of 20th century, in history of English literature, social history of England is ultra-modern age. It is ultra-modern age. 20th century is mostly an American phenomenon. T.S. Eliot, William Butler Yeats, D.H. Lawrence came in this age. And they did a miracle in history of English literature. They are very sensitive, hypersensitive, a visionary writer. Now, T.S. Eliot concept about poetry is not a turning loose of emotion, but an escape from emotion. That was his concept, T.S. Eliot. It is akin to Keats' negative capability, that is T.S. Eliot objective correlative, which thought he has given in 20th century. And what was his thought on poetry, I have already said you. You must keep in mind. William Butler Yeats, D.H. Lawrence, a novelist. W.B. Yeats, a sensitive, visionary writer, that is known as William Butler Yeats. What happens in 20th century? You understand in the history of English literature. It becomes convulsion. The writer creates convulsion in 20th century in history of England. Of course, they have political, economical and social freedom. That's why they have succeeded in all over the country and accepted by audience of world, and he succeeded. His poetry succeeded. His thought succeeded. As you know, how a writer, how a man can be great when his thought becomes personal to universal, touches the worldly lives. It seems to be happen everybody. That is greatness of writer or anybody else or any man. So they poet, they writer like T.S. Eliot, William Butler Yeats and D.H. Lawrence have this capacity, have this capability to do this work. That is why they have succeeded. 3 essays by T.S. Eliot you have to study. The first part is Tradition and Individual Talent, T.S. Eliot. What he says in the Tradition and Individual Talent. Tradition is not only past tense of the past, but of its present. If you consider that tradition is past and we accept in present, that is why it is known as T.S. Eliot concept of tradition and individual talent. Talent means to live in everywhere, to adjust everywhere. That is IQ, that is talent. His another concept was time. Time is an eternal flux, according to Eliot. D.H. Lawrence, Sexual Intercourse, he has written, hold your tongue and let me love. Love made me welcome. Consider this aptness of word. Every word he has adjusted. Come with me and be my love. Love made my welcome. This appropriate word, adjustment of word. That much I have said you earlier when I was teaching in 14th century or 16th century, that right word in the right place makes poetry. I have already informed you earlier. Words that worms and ideas that beats makes poetry. Eliot presents this thought. It is not a turning loose of emotions, but an escape from emotions. Wordsworth says that poetry is not a spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling, but emotions recorded in tranquility. But Eliot just reversed his thought. Poetry is not turning loose of emotion, but an escape from emotion. That's why it is said that it is akin to its negative capability. A very corroboration of Eliot. It's resemble, to match the thought. As I have discussed, tradition and individual talent of T.S. Eliot, D.H. Lawrence, sexual intercourse. What happens in the 20th century? Why it is said ultra-modern age? And it can be said, it may be said, it is surely be said that it is lingua franca age. The 20th century of English literature is a lingua franca. It means common people language. We speak, write, eat, walk English. Everywhere you have to be English, as an Englishman, as an English student. That's why it is said that it is a lingua franca in the modern age, 20th century age. Common language, commonly language, that will be accepted by global language. Now, the thought of 20th century, I will elaborate it. In the first part of the 20th century, the art of fiction went a considerable change. Psychology discovered that life is a flux and the mind of man is an extremely complex phenomenon. That was the concept, that was the thought of 20th century. This is why we can say undoubtedly that English writer and English student must have unification of sensibility. Unification of sensibility means produces good things. Dissociation of sensibility means produces bad things. Modern age has unification of sensibility. As if a teacher of English, you are a student of English, you must have unification of sensibility. That is why my point is that I would like to focus you on this point. What is 20th century thought? I have said you. Which writer came? What is modern age? What was the social, political, economical position of England? So you must read a English social history by M.H. Abrahams. You must purchase this book and you read it. You read more and everything becomes clear. Your concept should be clear. What is history of English literature from 14th to 20th century? Today I am going to finish history of English literature. 20th century we are discussing today. So I hope that it is clear in your mind, your concept, my thought, my concept, my vision you have adopted and you have accepted in mind, and what I have suggested you have to study, you have to read more and accept my lecture, follow me thought, my vision, what is English literature, what is the social, political, economical position of England from 14th century to 20th century. So all of us at last come into conclusion that really the English writer, in comparison with Indian writer, just like Mulkraj Anand, Raja Rao, R.K. Narayan, Sarojini Naidu, Tagore, they have lesser sensibility in comparison with English writer. They have a rich sensibility, rich potentiality in English writer, and that was his remark of T.S. Eliot in criticism, a general criticism, that Indian writer have a lesser sensibility, not rich potentiality, no so secondary vision as we have mentioned the name of some English writer in India. That was the remark of Eliot. And the most significant point about that is this, that Indian writers are wisest but meanest for mankind. That was the last criticism in 20th century by T.S. Eliot, a critical criticism. You must study this book also. So I am nullifying and concluding today that this is the era of 20th century, and we will finish today history of English literature from 14th century to 20th century. This is, you keep in mind and purchase this book, you follow me, what I have suggested you accept my thought, lecture, and do better for future. I hope that you will do this work, you will act according to me and purchase the books of these writers which I have already mentioned you. Okay, thank you with good wishes.